Now to a developing story. President Trump is threatening another government shutdown. This time, he wants a spending plan to include funding for his border wall.
As ABC's Arlette Sands shows us, the threat is catching some Republicans on Capitol Hill off guard.
President Trump is issuing a fresh ultimatum over his border wall.
If we don't get border security, I would have no problem doing a shutdown. It's time we had proper border security. With a laughing stock of the world.
That threat comes as a surprise to Republican leaders who just last week met with the president to discuss government funding.
Leader McConnell and I, like we always do, had a very productive meeting.
The leaders thought they had an agreement to postpone a fight over the border wall until after the midterm elections.
We've gotten some wall funding already underway that is being funded, but I think it's not a question of if, it's a question of when.
But the president's threat throws that timing up in the air. That border wall was one of the president's main campaign promises, but Mexico was going to pay for it, not U.S. taxpayers.
We will build a great wall along the southern border, and Mexico will pay for the wall.
But that's now changed, and there's still a split over how much funding to give to the wall. The House is allocating $5 billion for border funding, while the Senate has set aside $1.6 billion. And the funding could be a non-starter for Democrats. On CBS, one Republican spoke out against the shutdown tactic.
I certainly don't like playing shutdown politics. I don't think it'd be helpful, so let's try and avoid it.
Government funding will expire on September 30th. The House has already recessed for the summer, leaving them just 11 legislative days to pass a bill to avoid a government shutdown weeks before the midterm elections. Arlette Sands, ABC News, Washington.